Hello, Abraham. It's wonderful to be here. I want to thank you for choosing me.
You are hard to ignore.
My question, well, I work the Abraham program very, very hard, and it works. It really works. And one of the things that I wanted to say is, my life today is just absolutely wonderful. And the thing that's so powerful is appreciation, this emotion called appreciation. I mean, it's world-changing. It's extremely powerful when I can take an emotion, let's say, of anger or of jealousy or something along those lines, and change that to appreciation of a person or a neighborhood or even a government. It's mind-boggling, as powerful as it is. And I think I know why it works so powerfully. But I would like to ask you, what is it about the emotion of appreciation that's so powerful in our lives?
Well, of course, every word is up for grabs a little bit because different people use the same words and mean different things. And many people use a different word to mean similar things. But appreciation is the closest vibration, as we poll all of you, to the vibration of your source of anything. Some say, well, what about love? We thought love would be the closest vibration to that which is source. And we say love and appreciation are so similar in vibrational nature. But often when a person is using the word love, it's from a I wish I had some standpoint, or why is there not any around me, rather than from a place of I am filled with it. When you are speaking appreciation or of appreciation, you're usually vibrating right there. So the reason it's so powerful is one who's connected to the stream is more powerful than millions who are not. In other words, when you tune in to that energy stream and you focus on something from your full connection, you are a powerful being, you see. And it's a nice thing when you realize, when you have been practicing the art of appreciation enough that it's reverberating through you on lots of different topics, and then something happens that gets your attention and causes you to beat an old familiar drum, there is in you an immediate recognition that you have diverged to a place that is not now normal. This is a wonderful thing. When appreciation is the vibration that is most normal, then it's very easy for you to just keep turning yourself back to that. It's like steering your vehicle, and it's very easy to feel those little bumps on the lines and on the edge of the road help too.
Well, I couldn't believe how powerful it was. The change was so drastic and so dramatic and so quick. I got the book and did Rampages of Appreciation in a notebook, and I thought, now I'm going to go buy a notebook, me, and I'm going to go out and do this. And I said, well, I'm willing to do anything to change. I'm willing to do anything for a better life. So I went out and got the notebook, and I did exactly what Abraham said to do, what you told me to do, and I started writing in this notebook, and I went on Rampages of Appreciation, and it was like magic. It was just magical stuff. Depression left, anger left. Are
you telling us that you cannot hold more than one vibration at a time?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say.
So when you found something to appreciate and you really got the vibration going, and did you notice that once you got into the mode of it on one subject, it was easier on the next and on the next and on the next?
Yes.
And do you notice that once you vibrate there on a pretty regular basis, that diverging into old, formerly familiar thoughts feels odd to you? In other words,
can't do it.
Your guidance system is in full awareness. That's what's happened to you. Good.
And so the universe responds to that immediately for everyone, or is it just for me, or
only you?
Well, that's what I thought. I mean,
well, here's what's happening. The universe is responding to whatever you're offering vibrationally. But what you offer vibrationally is who you really are. Now, we want to address this just a little bit. We talk about projecting your thoughts into the future. We talk about the power of your now. But think about this eternal being that you are and that you have been, and how many powerful nows you've projected into your future. So now, think about, before you even came forth into this body, your expectation about this time-space reality, your reason for coming, your intent. And think about all of that energy that preceded you and pre-paved your arrival. And now, think about finding vibrational alignment with all of that. It's no wonder it's powerful. We want to say to everyone, you get what you think about. So whether you're thinking thoughts that feel good or thoughts that feel bad, whatever you're thinking about causes you to offer a vibration, and that vibration becomes your point of attraction. But when you find vibrational alignment with who you really are, and you maintain it for a little bit of time, people look at you, they are amazed, seas part for you, doors open for you, things happen for you, people are nice to you. You get all of the lucky breaks, not all of them because are enough lucky breaks to go around, but it is evident whenever someone significantly aligns with the vibration of their source, the manifestation of their life must show it, you see. And we want to say, even to you, our appreciating friend, that there are even levels of relief even from appreciation. In other words, you can even reach for things that feel better than that. And better than that, and better than that. There is no end to the exaltation that you can feel as you align more and more and more and more consistently and purely with who you really are. Yes?
It's magical, thank you.
Magical implies that there is some trick to it. We would like to say it is law, but law implies there is something wrong with it. In other words, hard to find the perfect word. Magical will do, yes.
I read a book called The Holographic Universe. And basically what the scientists are saying is that the universe is a hologram.
Meaning?
Well, it's a reflection. It's a reflection of light energy. That everything is the whole, and the whole is the sum of its parts. And I know that when we create reality, it's real in the reality sense. So I guess my question is, the universe, which is constantly expanding, and they don't know why, but I do. The universe itself, or even our planet, it's not matter stuff. Is it? Is it? Or is it?
It isn't, is it?
No,
it's all in motion. It's all vibration.
Well, without consciousness, matter doesn't exist, correct? Because
what matter is vibrational interpretation.
Correct.
In other words, you see it because you see it, you perceive it. In other words, it's a hard thing to get your thoughts around at first, because most say, well, this is standing here, and because it is here, if I look that way, I will see it. And we say, well, there's much more to the story. The reason you are seeing it, or feeling it, or tasting it, or hearing it, or smelling it, is because you are interpreting the vibration of it. And in an environment like this, where there is so much vibrational interpretation agreement, then you say it is reality. And yet there are many things that are reality to some that are not to others, because they are not yet vibrationally interpreting. So tell us more about the whole and the parts.
Well, I believe that it's consciousness that perceives. It's consciousness that creates, and it's through perception that we say it's real.
So are you saying to us that you have consciousness apart from your physical body?
Yes.
So if you have consciousness apart from your physical body, would you describe that as what some call God, or what we are even calling inner being?
Well, I would say God is consciousness. Consciousness is God, yes. I've said that for years.
And would you say that the consciousness that is God is also in physical form?
Can be, could be.
Always is. In other words, the non-physical part of you is consciousness. The physical part of you is consciousness. When the physical part of you that is consciousness is in vibrational alignment with the non-physical part of you that is consciousness, now you are allowing God, as you, in your words, to perceive in physical form. So here's a good way to approach this. Sometimes people will say, are there other physical environments other than what we know here? And we say, yes, many. And they say, well, are we intertwining? And we say, yes, often. And they say, well, will we travel in our apparatuses from environment to environment and dance together in the skies? And we say, never. Because there is enough vibrational variance, it's like tuning your radio differently. Is it unsettling for you to hear that you are consciousness? Do you need to be this flesh, blood, and bone being that you are? In other words, if you can become relaxed with the idea of the eternal consciousness that is you, and you can be thrilled with the idea of this consciousness right now in this time-space reality. And all this means is, this doesn't mean that you've come to planet Earth from some non-physical place. It means that as you are here, the consciousness that is you is looking into this environment and translating the vibration of it into this reality. When Esther's father made his transition last year, Esther chatted with him often in those first weeks once he made his transition. And it was interesting to her to listen to him describe the environment in which he was now focused, and to realize how much like what she is living it felt like. In other words, consciousness is always interpreting something and making it into some sort of reality. And the thing that trips you up is when you need the reality that you are interpreting to match everybody else's reality. And what we want you to do is be the free form, the free soul, the free being that you are, where you are creating your own reality in concert with others, not demanding that all realities be identical. It's a wonderful framework. You said, I'll go forth into this time-space reality, and together we will agree on enough things that we will have a platform of experience. A platform of experience, a launching pad of experience, not an identical experience that we are regurgitating and trying to drum into one experience. You didn't say, I will come forth into this physical body, into this time-space reality, and I will take all of the possible ideas that exist and whittle them down to just a few that we agree on and say, this is truth, this is good. Instead, you said, we will take our diversity and we will take our variety and we will co-create together, and in the process of this interaction, we will conclude all kinds of new things that have not been concluded before, so that the reality can expand, so that our exposure to experience can expand. For what? So that our joy can expand, you see. So when you get everything in the framework of it all exists for the expression of life, it all exists for the opportunity to be, and none of us can cease to be. There's nothing broken that needs to be fixed. There's nothing out of whack that needs to be brought back into alignment. In other words, well-being abounds. And when you get in sync with that knowledge, then you thrive. And it sounds to us like the rampage of appreciation that you've discovered has been the perfect path for you to get back in sync with who you are. And now you're back in sync with who you are. Now what? Now what? In other words, now what?
I want more.
More exposure, to more experience, to more ideas, to more awareness, to more good ideas, to more unfulfilled desires, to more awareness that I want something that I'm not in alignment with, to more awareness that it's time for me to, when possible, to make a legal U-turn, for more awareness that it feels better to feel good than it does to feel bad, to more awareness that I can change the thought just a little bit and I can bring myself back into alignment, to more awareness that when I'm in alignment, I'm full of who I really am. For what? For joy. For joy. It's all for joy. So we talk endlessly about ways that you can feel better, and you say, good, now I feel better, now I'll get what I want. And we say, yeah, you'll feel better. You say, no, I'm going to feel better so that I can get what I want. And we say, yeah, so you can feel better. No, Abraham, you misunderstand. I'm going to do these exercises. I'm going to do this rampage of appreciation. I'm going to learn to move up this emotional scale, because then I'll get what I want. And we say, yeah, to feel good. You say, well, what is it all for? And we say, joy. And you say, but really, why am I here? What's the purpose? What's the purpose of this life experience? Surely it's for expansion. And we say, that'll happen anyway. You say, surely it's for freedom. And we say, that is whether you know it or not. You say, well, then what is it all about? We say, for joy. No, really, what's it about? It's for the fun of being in this moment. It's for the exhilaration of a moment of clarity. It's for the exhilaration of those feelings of appreciation. It's for interacting with others. It's for the feeling of not being in perfect alignment and then finding perfect alignment. And then watching the result of being in perfect alignment. You're eternal beings, folks. You might as well get used to the idea that you are eternally incomplete.